Hi, my name is Evan Martin, and this is my final paper video for BE 170A1. My research topic for my paper was mainly about how information science and arts, the major that I currently have at the University of Arizona, connects to irrigation scheduling and how those two things are able to affect residential water use. So that really connects to my thesis statement, of course, right? So my thesis statement was practically just a sentence that I wrote in the beginning of my research paper that went along the lines of, it can be proved that information science and irrigation scheduling are indeed able to affect how much water residents with crops would need to use. So there are quite a few key points or takeaways to make sure you're aware of from my paper, or just a few, few different vocab words or topics to make sure you understand. So basically, just to begin, information science, my major at the U of A. Is practically, just to define it, would just be the study of a procedure for stockpiling like certain scientific information or collecting information. However, irrigation scheduling is best described as just the process of deciding how often or how much to irrigate plants. So my second point was just to reference a important vocab word that is included in my paper, and that is plant evapotranspiration. It is the mixture of evaporation and transpiration. Third of all, it is important to realize what irrigation scheduling is. And so the main importance of irrigation scheduling is to best supply residents who have crops with the correct amount of water they would need. So you need to schedule out, how much water you think they would need daily to keep their plants alive. So what is so interesting about my paper? Okay, I think you could find it very interesting, or anybody reading my paper could find it interesting, that someone like me with a background of a major in computer science would be able to know or figure out how to schedule irrigation systems. And it's kind of simple, actually. So originally it sounds kind of strange how these two, my major and this topic, could connect, but really it's quite simple. So even though they're two totally different things, someone with my major going to college, they would pick up or learn certain techniques or gain skills on how to create, on how they would be able to create a way or schedule procedures of watering plants with the correct amount of water that they need to survive. So that leads us to my conclusion of my paper. And instead of just reading out my conclusion in paragraph form for my paper word for word, I thought it'd be easier just to summarize it, or better just to summarize it for you. So basically, I was surely able to realize that both my major, information science and arts, and irrigation scheduling were able to affect residential water use. So having a background in my major, knowing how to study and perform procedures of irrigation scheduling too is in fact important. So especially, I could use my studying techniques I learned from my major going to college to learn how to properly schedule how to grow crops. In other words, an individual who attends college and has my major can perform a study where irrigation is scheduled to best supply certain residents who have plants with the correct amount of water to keep those plants alive. Now, here are a few pictures of plant irrigation, and here are my references for my research paper. Thank you for your time.